Delightful. Yeah. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And I am once again live for the second time of the day. Okay. Hey, okay. I've had enough. Alright, so just taking me a little stroll and wanted to see you guys to see my view of what I see, my street view. So guys, I have to tell you, it's been a pretty good day, pretty positive day, pretty laid back day, you know, got things done, ate a lot of food, you know. So I'm just trying to see who's still up, who's still around, who's up, who's not up. We will see by the numbers, you know, who gets notifications. So, you know, seeing what happens. Black Friday is officially here. It started the pandemonium in the US. I don't know how you guys doing in the UK, but over here it gets pretty crazy. So yeah, that's what I say, guys. When you come in, hit the like button, share the video stream so we can all come together and talk about some boxing. Okay, Ask Skip in the building. Yes, sir, we are live. Yes, sir. Ask Skip, we are live, baby. It is what it is, okay? Black Friday sucks. The offers are worse every year. It depends, man. Like, it depends on what you want. Because, like, Black Friday, man, I remember, bro, when I was 20 years old, my eldest child was like a baby. Like, she was like 2 months old. And I tell you, man, like, they had deals, bro, like 19-inch flat screens. Not even flat screens. They weren't even flat screens. We didn't have those. I mean, we had flat screens, but we didn't really have those at the time, man. You know? We didn't even have those at the time. Afghanistan in the building. What's good, Kurt? Back again, buddy. Absolutely. We had to do it again. Why not? Why not do it again? The J. Roos Theory, KD. Hope your Thanksgiving is going great. It's going good, man. You know, staying away from that sauce. The only sauce I want, man, is cranberry sauce for my dressing. And I had some of that, so, you know, I was good. You know, I mingled with people, though, with cranberry juice. Well, with cranberry juice. You know, I guess they thought I was drinking vodka and cran. But I don't need to get down, you know what I mean? So it was good. It was good. So, nah. They bump up the prices for the week. Hold on a second. I know exactly what to do with this. There we go. Let's see. Let's see how we can make this happen. There we go. There we go. I ate a half a pound of turkey. Dang, Fizz. Say it ain't so. You big glutton, you. Hey, man, you're not alone, man. So many people ate so many different things. Actually, turkey ain't that bad, you know. It's good lean meat. It just depends on what you do with it. You know, and it depends on what else you eat. Floshi, hello from Italy. Counterpunch to you. I went to a buffet. Wow. Yeah, that's original. You know, we had a lot of those back in the day before COVID in Louisiana. And then now, since then, you know, we don't have that many. In fact, I think we only have one. And we had 7 or 8. Which the buffets at the casino were good, man. Especially, I used to work at a place called Margaritaville. And Margaritaville had all you can eat crab legs. So imagine you can eat all the crab legs you want, bro. I mean, I'm not talking about those little cheap blue crabs either. I'm talking about the, the long, nice sized snow crabs, bro. I mean, the ones that really stick to your damn ribs, you know? Quan's Big Guns in the building. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Marlon Thornell, counterpunch to you. Happy CP back to you, Marlon. What's up, my brother Jay Roos as well? Yeah, we're in this piece, man. We're in this piece. Me and Jay Roos, man, we need to go on the prowl, man. We need to do a live, man. I need to go to his channel and do a live so we get over there and, get some likes up and get some traction, you know what I mean? So we can, in essence, create some action. Bars. That's what we need to do, you know? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about growth and then regrowth and then regrowth. Not everybody come to one space or one part and stay there. Nah, it ain't about that. It's about sharing the love. The love, the opinions, because everybody's going to be different. Now, if we are all the same, what would be the point, right? But since we are not all the same and we have different opinions and different perspectives, I think that we should be and go everywhere in these communities, you know? You know what I mean? So we could hop over on Ring IQ, then go to J Roost, then go to Boxing Wave, then jump on over to Counterpunch Boxing News. You know what I mean? And then, hey, we can run over to Showbiz and see what he's got going over there with his minions, right? So, yeah, man, it's some cool stuff. You know, then Hat Man strikes back. I don't know what the hell happened to Sporting Icons. You know, truth be told, bro, he just kind of fell off the planet. And I'm like, dude, what happened to you? You know, did the AJ loss do you like that? I ain't gonna lie. Look, AJ losing was bad for boxing as far as certain channels and how people rate certain fighters. But that's what happens when we put people on the damn pedestal. Come on now. When we put people on the pedestal, that's what happens. Seriously. That's what happens. You know? You put all your hope, your trust, your energy into one fighter, that's what happens. What happens when that fighter leaves? See, that's the problem. Like, boxing should be admired across the board. If you only started watching boxing maybe 6 or 7 years ago, it's going to be hard for you to adapt because your perspective of boxing is formed around one guy that brought you to boxing. And if that one guy leaves boxing, that's all she wrote. That's all it takes. That's no good. That's bad. That means your energy will fleet right with that fighter. When he retires, you will retire. And that's not a good thing. I'm just going to be real with you. It's not a good thing at all. Right? This is not a good thing. You know, I'm going to take you guys like through the mountains here pretty soon, dude. Yeah. You know? So, had a pretty good day, bro. Pretty awesome day, you know? Uh-oh. Let me bring this down a bit. Here we go. No, not there. Here. Oh, yeah. There we go. So, but yeah, man. So, I mean, that's what happens with boxers, though, and boxing fans. But here's the thing. It ain't just the fans that have been watching boxing a lot, like 6 or 7 years ago. Because 6 or 7 years ago was what? You know, 2018? See, you look at 2016, 17, 18. You know, 15 really did something. 10 years ago in boxing for the heavyweight level changed. Let's freeze right there. We got 10 years. Boom, 10 years. 15 to 25. That's 10 years. What about 2005 to 2015? See, if you watch boxing since then, which I've been watching boxing a very long time, you start to realize, like, okay, what did boxing consist of then? And I'm not just talking about heavyweights. I'm talking about all boxing. See, before you know, the Joshuas, the Wilders, the Furies, and all that stuff. We had the Klitschko's. We had the Klitschko's. We had Floyd Mayweather, you know, running the show pretty much because of the Klitschko era. Okay, Floyd Mayweather is really popular because of the lack of excitement, the lack of appeal in heavyweight boxing. Someone had to come in and become the star. See, keep in mind, from 2015 on back, so 2015 to 2005, that's 50, well, really 15 to 2015 to 2005. So it's 2005, Floyd was that guy that partook and said, you know what, I'm going to make a name for myself. And he did. He did that. He made a name for himself. And he did that off the strength of where boxing was at the time. It was no Mike Tyson's then. Mike Tyson, in fact, fought his last professional fight in 2005. And he was done. And, you know, we heard Mike. I just don't want it anymore. I just don't want it, because the drugs were killing Mike. The cocaine was killing Mike. That's why. So, yeah, all that shit will rob you of your ambition anyway. So when Mike Tyson took his last fight in 2005, someone had to come about. But by that time, tyrants, meaning the best fighters around, were already losing. Roy Jones Jr. By 2005, Roy Jones Jr. had already had 4 or 5 losses, you know, to Glenn, to what's the guy from Orlando? Damn it, Antonio Tarver, Glenn. Then he gets knocked out by another guy. So he was taking a series of L's. So Floyd came in at that point, because remember, 5 years before that, though, if you go from 05 to 2000, guys like Floyd was just another undefeated fighter that nobody really cared to see. Yeah, he was exciting, but nobody really just wanted to pay money to see Floyd, because he wasn't that creme de la creme. Roy Jones Jr. was. Oscar De La Hoya was. Okay, Felix Trinidad was. There was a lot of fighters there that back in those times. Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson. Those guys then were the those were the trendsetters. Those were the top fighters. I mean, around. When you talk about boxing, you had so many different categories. See, you could pick the category. 160, okay, you had Bernard Hopkins, Keith Holmes, William Joppy. You know what I'm saying? So you had those. You wanted to go farther than that. Who did you have? Okay, you had a lot of guys like Roy Jones. See, Roy Jones Jr., Eric Harding, Antonio Tarver. Those guys were the super middleweights, the light heavyweights. Okay, then of course you go to really cruiserweight. You had guys like Julian Lederloh. You know, Mr. Gonzalez was there. Okay, so then the heavyweight division we just spoke of, we had everybody else. But then here's the deal. At that time, from 2000 to 2005, we had smaller guys kicking ass. Eric Morales, Marco Antonio Barrera, Prince Asim Ahmed, Juan Manuel Marquez. Sure, he was still around. Okay, because he's older than Pacquiao. You know, you had guys like that. Who else did you have back then that was kicking much ass? Daniel Zaragoza. Guys like that kind of came out of the 90s that was still making a name for themselves. You know, so, yeah, this is crazy. So, it is what it is, man. I think that these guys in a spectrum, in an area of time, were around. Now we're looking at more changes, but that's what boxing does. It changes. See, you didn't hear of Canelo in 05. Who the fuck is that? Who the hell is Canelo Alvarez? Nobody knew Canelo. What is that anyway? Cinnamon? Nobody knew who that was. Oh, yeah. Tarver. There you go. Appreciate you guys. Don King made fights happen in the 80s and the 90s, and in really the 2000s as well. See, Don King was still doing his thing, okay, at that time. You know, he was the one in 2000, okay, in the year 2000, 2001, he made the undisputed middleweight championship work. He did the Turkey a la Sheik back then. A lot of people don't know that. It was Don King. Don King got together, and it was Bernard Hopkins, it was Keith Holmes, it was William Joppy, it was Felix Trinidad, you know, and all these guys fought each other. And then whoever won, you know, they fought each other. So it was a tournament. It was a middleweight tournament. You know, and by that time, you know, Felix Trinidad, you know, beat guys like Fernando Vargas. Fernando Vargas was undefeated, and he was also a champion at 154. And then, you know, Trinidad wanted to move up. But Trinidad ultimately wanted the ultimate sacrifice battle, which I just don't see how he could have won, honestly, which he ended up fighting. But it was Roy Jones. He wanted to fight Roy Jones Jr. See what I mean? So Roy Jones and Trinidad, he wouldn't have beat Trinidad. He wouldn't have beat Roy anyway. Okay. I would love to see Klitschko come back again, but he ain't beating, you know, Triple D. If Klitschko can fight the way he did, I think honestly it would be fair to give Klitschko at least a tune-up or two. Shit, they gave it to Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury had 2 tune-ups before he fought Deontay Wilder. Let's just keep it a buck. He had 2 tune-ups. King was Mr. Boxing, was more famous than most boxers. Yeah, Don King was a hell of a personality. And I say was, he's still around. This guy is still alive at age 93. Okay? Yeah, dude, 93 years old. He's still around. Viva Puerto Rico! How y'all doing, baby? I just hope we get some good characters at heavyweight. The upcoming guys just aren't interesting people, which is a big part of boxing. Well, we're just going to have to wait. And here's the thing. Guys that can talk can't fight as well. That's what we're seeing. If we could get one that can do both, we would be good. See, one thing about David Haye, I like David Haye. I didn't like the Klitschkos at all. I just knew they were dangerous because they were so damn big. 6'6", 6'7". Bro, you're not beating no one like that, you know? And David Haye, bro, I love that David Haye face-off between David Haye and Vladimir Klitschko. And David Haye was like, you know what? I think you're a fucking dickhead. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. We need this type of dude in the sport of boxing, right? Bro, I remember you said years ago that the LDBC were trying to block you from boxing, mainly because of Wilder. It proved you were correct, though. Did they chill it out eventually? Love from Mexico. Devin Haney. Eventually they did, because the person that they were trying to protect no longer needed protection because, I mean, he was legitimately beat. So your whole argument behind a fighter, Devin, would be injustice or he got cheated. But then if the guy keeps getting beat, you can still stay fans of the fighter, but you can't argue that long, and after that you can't say you can't say Joseph Parker cheated him. You can't say Zhilei Zhang cheated him. You know what I'm saying? It's so he's been beaten. And it's sad because instead of them appreciating Wilder for what he could do, they tried to smear other fighters, you know? Because see, ultimately, if he would have beat them, that means that Tyson Fury, the guy that's supposed to cheat at Wilder, held no true legitimate challenge to beat Deontay Wilder. So if he would have beat him, that would have been it. You know? I don't think Klitschko is in this for tune-ups. He wants to see it if he can be champ at 48. I don't see him beating Triple D, but I would love to watch it. Man, let me tell you something. Klitschko is not a guy. He's not a type of guy that's going to allow you to do certain things to him. He's physically strong. He's tall. He has long reach. And he's a guy that, like, yeah, you can attack him. But see, even guys like David Haye couldn't really get to Klitschko. And I don't know if someone like Daniel Dubois is bigger. I think he's bigger than David. David Haye's what, 6'2"? But, so, Daniel's bigger. But then the problem with Daniel would have to attack him, but I don't know if he can deal with that type of style. Because Klitschko may take that cat. He may take Danny Dubois and make it an ugly ass jab battle. You know what I mean? So because see, Klitschko, it's hard for him because he works behind his jab. That's how he fights. And then everything is from the jab. Then he may come in with that left hook. He may launch a left hook at you. But as far as that right hand, he can throw that right hand from his waist. He can throw it up top, but most of the time he's spiraling the jab. That's what he does. That's how he fights. And it's Usyk does it, but Usyk does it better being a southpaw. Usyk boxes similar to Klitschko, but he's smaller, he's faster, he's more active, and he has the feet like David Haye. He's not as big. Where you situated at, and why are you not spending Thanksgiving with fam? I just left fam. Haye was so disappointed against Klitschko. A broken toe will do that. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's the broken toe, but I know he's breaking something, but he was very athletic. I just wonder what type of fights he could have produced if he would have fought Tyson Fury. If Tyson Fury would have also fought someone like Tony Bellew, what type of fights would have been? I don't know. You know what I mean? So there you go. But understand, so many people in boxing that like boxing are like boxers. I think it's boxers. When those boxers leave, it's like they feel loyal to the fact that the boxer left, not to follow anybody else in the sport because they were such fans of boxers. That's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing about it. See, I became a boxing fan after watching Barry McGuigan win his world title in the 80s. See, Stuart, here's the thing. You're one of the ones that, even though Barry McGuigan has been long gone, you're still able to find and appreciate the fine arts and craft of boxing. Yep, 2000 to 2005, Claudius was running the show. He sure was. Yeah, I remember old Winky Wright. That was another guy that will give you nightmares, and that's somebody that you would never see Floyd in there with. Because see, Floyd, no. He probably would have gave Floyd his first loss because Winky was that technical. The protection plan that Wilder had was better than the Secret Service. Man, let me tell you something. You guys got to be right about that. Wilder had some power. And I ain't talking about with his right hand either. That dude had some influence. And I'm gonna break it down to you guys why I know he had some power. He had some pull. He had pull with channels. The channels themselves, they had numbers. So since the channels had numbers and then the channels follow Wilder, that meant Wilder had numbers. For anybody to do what happened that was done to me, had to be protecting somebody. I've never seen that level of protection. Those guys, those channels, it was 3 channels. They tried to shut this channel down, and my channels, well, I was smaller than a couple of them, you know, because Ikea at the time was not. He started up under whatchamacallit, but Dante. But the way they felt about me talking about Deontay Wilder, it was almost like a stab in the back for them or something. I didn't understand it. Like, why are y'all so worried about one fighter? And it wasn't even the fact that you were talking bad about him. It was just the fact that, like, listen, we don't believe what you're saying. We don't believe that everything you're telling us is the truth. And that's all that was. And these are the legitimate reasons why. So, that being said, you have to keep in mind, Wilder just got beat. Then let's start a smear campaign on Tyson Fury, which I was like, okay, if you guys didn't like Tyson Fury, it's not because he's such a squeaky clean guy, but why are you just now trying to smear his name? That's right, because he beat the shit out of Wilder. I mean, he beat Wilder up and made him look like a drunken fool. That's what happened to him. And then, hey, we now have to talk about and create a case on how bad Tyson Fury is as a person. That's why, without a doubt, we'll prove, based on his character, that he cheated. That's not the real Devin Haney. He a copy account. I believe that. I used to legitimately hate Wilder because of his fanboys, and I would make fun of him because windmill punches, but man, I was hurt when he lost to Zhang. He looked gun shy. I would have preferred windmill. Both of them would have got knocked out. I think Triple D reach on at weakest 78 is wrong. Triple D is at least 80. No, I think 78's right on point. I just think he's better and he's durable with his jab and distance. So he can punch you from, his foot placement, because he's very good at that. Oh, Klitschko is the old man. He has no chance against the young Triple D. Not many people have flatlined Chisora, but Hay did. Yeah, he actually did. Dana White has stolen so much money from his fighters that he makes Don King look like an honest businessman. Damn. Fury will duck Triple D. If he does, he just needs to retire. But if he does duck Triple D, it's gonna fight AJ for more money. And I can't really fault him for that. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna counterpunch him, but still. Grew up in the Nigel Benn, Eubank, Tyson, Lewis times best fights. Yeah. Those were good times, man. You guys remember Nigel Benn and Gerald McClellan? Boy, that was crazy. Man, how do you knock somebody out of the ring? And that person then turns out, crawls back into the ring, and paralyzes you. Bro, this is a crazy sport. But understand something, too. That was not even, and that would never be allowed to happen if the referees wouldn't have got so soft. See, if the referees were soft back then, a lot of fights that we would have saw would have been great fights. Not everyone did what Richard Steele did in the Taylor versus Chavez fight, because he was the one that ultimately messed over Frankie Randall. So I think it's a new time for people. Canelo's almost gone. Gervonta Tank Davis, he doesn't want to leave 135, so he'll never be anywhere near the overall level that Pacquiao and Mayweather's on. He just won't. That just won't fly. This is crazy. I don't know if it's my phone or is it YouTube. I'm not getting the like these guys. I'm like you guys are sending comments. I have to refresh it. AJ hits harder than Wilder. You got who you got Eubank versus Lara. Stewart. You know I'm gonna go with a Cuban fighter. I'm biased towards Cuban fighters. Even though Chris Eubank is a good fighter, I think Lara would beat him anyway. Because I just think Lara's better. He's a better boxer than Eubank. Eubank can probably punch, and he's a nice little scrapper. But fighting someone like Lara, a lot of that shit doesn't matter. Because if you're not in any position to land those shots that you can throw and load up on like Chris Eubank, I don't think that's going to matter. Because, see, what's going to happen with someone like Lara, he's such a precise puncher. His punch placement alone will probably catch. And we've seen Eubank hurt. I think Lara stops Eubank. I think he stops Eubank, bro. Because we've seen Lara, and this is the irony of Lara. Lara was known to be a runner. Pew, 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 right? And he was just this dude that just was nasty with his legs. Oh, oh, and he'll take a walk. Oh, oh, you know. Oh, 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 you know what I mean? And the crazy thing is now he's 40-something. He's like 41, right? Like, Erislandy Lada's 41 years old. He's like Zilly Zhang's age. Them cats ain't got time. They ain't got the legs. Their knees are getting shot. You imagine all the ring work and the running, the cardio, the wear and tear on those damn knees. Bro, let me tell you something. And look, Eubank's 35, so he ain't too far down, but he ain't 41 either. But thing is, what I'm trying to say is Eubank fighting Lara. Lara's sitting down on those shots, and he got some punching power, especially if he catches you with the shots that matter. I could just see Chris Eubank, you know, trying to sit back and figure out Lara and gets tagged. He's not going to be able to outbox Lara. It's either so what'll happen if he takes the fight to Lara, he could end up running into something. But if he doesn't take the fight to Lara, Lara's just going to outbox him. So Chris Eubank Jr. has to do one of the two. And I would say, go for it. See if you can knock him out. Because you're not going to outbox Erislandy Lara, not Chris Eubank Jr. I like Chris Eubank based on, you know, he started training with Roy Jones and all that. You know, but I mean, he was one of those guys at middleweight once upon a time. You know, you had him, you had David Lemieux, you had Chris Eubank, not Chris Eubank, well, Chris Eubank, but you had Billy Joe Saunders, you had Gennady Golovkin, you had Peter Quillen. You had a lot of these undefeated guys. They're all undefeated, you know? I think Carl Lara runner shows the lack of respect casuals have for the sweet science. That's what they do, though. That's what people may running. No, he's moving, and you can't stop him from moving. So what does that say about you? Is he running or moving and punching you? Oh, you really got a problem. And that's what Lara does. See, would you rather move side to side to keep a dude from punching you, or would you rather put your guard up? You'd rather move side to side or bob and weave. Get off the center line of attack. This is the center line. Coming right at you. Coming right at you. Coming right at you. Right here. So you got to go over here or go over here. Move your ass here or move your ass there. Okay, slip and dip these shots. Because if you don't, you're going to get hit. So Lara just moves. So you go take a right. Oh. And you move and you miss, or you might not even be in position. You know? I wonder how old Lara was. It makes sense now. Well, it's late over here. It's time for some Saziz. Ask Skip, counterpunch to you. Stuarty D. Boss. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. It doesn't matter. Kurt is biased for Cubans. Lara KOs Eubank Jr. 10 times out of 10. Well, here's the thing. I'm biased. Me saying that, me telling people I'm biased for Cuban fighters, it doesn't stop me from, you know. See, this is how I look at it. So I shouldn't have said that like that. I like Cuban fighters. I'm going to go for a Cuban fight. Like, okay, if Frank Sanchez fights Martin McCauley. I'm going for Frank. I know Frank. You see what I mean? So, but he's a friend of mine. I know Frank Sanchez. So it's not like you know what I mean? And he's Cuban. So yeah, I'm going to go for the Cuban fighter. You know what I mean? But do I think, certain fighters will win? No, like, okay, let me give you an example. Frank Sanchez versus Daniel Dubois. Chances are Daniel would beat Frank, but I would go for Frank and I would hope Frank to win, but it won't be because I don't think I think just because he's Cuban, he's better. No, that's bullshit. That's that shit. No, I'm not doing that. Kurt, you're Cuban. Yes. I have Cuban roots. Yes. My grandmother's from there, so I got a huge chunk of people living in Cuba. So yeah, that's me. That's part of my genetic makeup. So yeah. But here's the thing, bro, you're Cuban. I always thought you were African American. I am African American. You can be African American and Cuban. Nothing wrong with backing your boys, Kurt. No, but the whole thing is, if you know someone else from somewhere else, don't matter where they're from, if they're better and you acknowledge that they're better, they're fucking better. It don't matter if they're from the Ukraine or from Russia or from China or from Africa or from the UK or from the USA or from Canada or from South America. It don't matter if you see fighters that are, that are the shit or that are good, that are well put together. What difference does it matter? What does it matter? I agree. Like Frank Sanchez, I think he wasn't 100% Caballero Sanchez. And you know what? I never used that. I never used that as an excuse because Frank never really said much of it. Yeah, we've heard about it, but no. Uncle C's mother is no. Uncle C, my mother is African American. My father's Cuban and Irish. That's it. That's all it is. That's the genetic makeup right there. So that's my mom's brother. Uncle C is my mom's brother. He's African American as you can get. He's somewhere drinking some whiskey right now. I just got off the phone with his son. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have Irish blood. And something crazy, and a lot of people don't think of this and don't know this. So does Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua's grandfather's Irish. Yeah. His grandfather's Irish. So there you go. I thought you were Creole. And well, here's the thing. Creole, the name, DeVille, yeah, it's a Creole name. So, but if you get to Louisiana then starts breaking down different people from where they're from. Oh, you're from Natchitoches. You're from New Orleans. Oh, you're from Lafayette. Louisiana's different from anything. You got Creole, you got Louisiana Creole, you got French Creole. Bro, it's crazy. And these are languages. We all got a bit of Irish in us. They got about a lot. Yeah, they did get about a lot. My grandparents are from Irish. Or from Irish Cork. Nice, Mama Lou. Counterpunch to you. Yeah, Cajun. Well, Cajun's different. Like Cajun is, French cats from Robichaux and things like that. Cajuns, they speak French as well. Parlez-vous français? Yeah. Whiskey sounds good right now. It does sound good, actually, to be honest with you, dude. Because, this is like the time, because it's getting colder. So, I'm going to I need this jacket on. It's cold outside. You need a little whiskey for your belly. But no, I'm chilling, I'm sticking to my credo. Because, I could have been drinking back then. I didn't. So where were you raised? I was raised in Louisiana, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, South Louisiana, South Florida. And that's from my first 1 to 18 right there. I need some Counterpunch. I need some more Counterpunch gear. You got it, Jay Roos. And I got, matter of fact, You know how to hit me up. Just hit me up. We'll talk about it. Cause yeah. Yeah, Arcadian. Yeah, that's where they come from in France. That's why they're called Cajuns. Then they settled like in Morgan City, Lafayette, places like that, Alexander, south of Alexandria. So it's crazy. No place, bro. Como conoces a Frank Sanchez, Devin Haney? Shreveport. I met Frank Sanchez in Shreveport. Frank Sanchez and me hit it off because we were talking about different parts of Cuba. And he asked me where we were, and then we start, hanging out and stuff like that. I went to his fight. We hung out because I had backstage passes. We hung out together at the casinos. I used to work at the casino they were putting them up in, so we hung out and stuff. And he was pretty fresh, bro. Frank Sanchez was fresh from Cuba. He was fresh, I think Kurt and Jay Roos should have a weekly show. I think that would be dope. A lot of people want to do shows. Me and Boxing Wave is doing a movie show. We're doing that starting January. Okay, so if you guys wanted to know about the movie show, we're doing it in January. Lady Shan wants to do a weekly show, like Lady and something. I forget what we're gonna call it, but it's it's Lady Shan and Counterpunch or something like that. Counterpunching with Lady Shan. But anyway, then Jay Roos, that would be cool. Or monthly. Why are you thankful for today? Because I'm alive. I'm breathing. I can talk to you guys without, I'm healthy. I feel great. Kurt, I'll sub your movie channel. I like a good film. I love a good film. I can't wait to see Gladiator 2. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing right there. That's my next big show. What is your prediction on Zhang versus Caballo? I didn't even know Zhang was fighting Caballo. But no, Caballo, I think, can give Zhang problems. I've said this earlier in the earlier live. Caballo is a guy that he has no problems fighting bigger guys. I think he's better at fighting bigger guys than guys his size. So that means you're a Rolly Romero fan. He's Cuban. No, I'm not. And you know something? I don't dislike Ro. I couldn't stand that mother. I couldn't stand him at first. And then what I've noticed, he got beat. He got knocked out by Javante Tank Davis. And I didn't like some things that he said. I didn't like how he acted. It's like Rolly tried too hard. Rolly Romero tried way too hard. Caballo beats Zhang. He might. But I don't dislike him no more. It's just almost kind of like he had to grow on me because he had this voice. Yeah, boy, I whoop you, and he's just, he just tried too hard to sell, and because of that, he was kind of distasteful to me. Yeah, he's silly. Michael, he's silly. I didn't like that. That silly Billy shit. You just, and then yeah, but nah, and I don't really have anything against him though, But then I found out he was Cuban. I'm like, oh God, great. Because I think his dad's Cuban and his mom's from somewhere else. But what it is, he's still biracial though, because his mom's black and his dad's mixed for the most part, or European mixed or whatever. So, against Pitbull, Rolly stuffed himself. Yeah, he got destroyed. Pitbull beat him like he had red hair and he was a stepchild. He whooped and tapped that ass, people. Rolly actually has autism. He might. Yeah, because Rolly don't like Rolly. Yeah, if you know it, then that's no joke. He may have autism. He looks like he has a little bit of autism. Just now looking at him. Bro, I dated a girl for 5 years that had a daughter with autism. No lie. And I think she had more of like level 2 or level 3. You know what I mean? She wasn't the worst because she's getting older. She's getting a lot better. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? So how like mannerisms and how people with autism act, their body language. You know what I'm saying? If you've been around someone with autism, you know what I'm saying? So, but what do you think about the Garcia fight coming up in Japan? I think it's an exhibition. It's not a fight. I think, Ryan gets to get paid, after doing all the stuff that he's done, he still gets paid, you know? Rolly got his ass whooped by the mommy Barroso, but they robbed him. He got outboxed by Marinez. Remember Marinez, the Dominican fighter? That shit was so sad in COVID. That was so sad. That boy didn't do nothing. He didn't even punch me. It was bad. And then, the Dominican fellow didn't really have a leg to stand on because he didn't have Al Heyman or guys like that, St. Don never knew it was on. What's your experience dating skills with kids? I did it last year. Never again, specifically when they have them Chief Lavos. It depends, man. Look, okay. I dated a girl, and because it's different dating children. Like, I dated a girl for like 4.5 years. I never met her kids. And then, see, the good thing was she didn't stay with the kids because she had custody, but she didn't stay with them. They stayed with their father. And he stayed in like a town like an hour and a half away. So let's say Sunday they would leave. They would go back to that town and stay with their dad. For me, I would stay with her Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, bam, I'm back. I'm going back to my crib. And I never had to see them. I never formally seen these children. And she had 2 boys, and they weren't young. They were like old, and it was crazy. You know what I mean? Never heard of Hiroka, but he is undefeated. Arc Ash in the building. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. So no, I never heard of these guys. I never seen these guys. And then some, they were damn near, like, I've had pretty much stepchildren because I was going to marry this chick in Brazil, and she had 3 girls. And then we were hella tight. So it's kind of, I think it all depends on how close they are to their other parent, My first wife died when my daughter was 4. Yeah, dating was hard, but I remarried again. It's a hard ask. Well, yeah, it is. And understand something about being a step whatever. When you divorce, or when that child gets older, unless you stay with that child, it's almost like you will always get the shitty end of this deal, unless something happened to that. Like me, for example, if I'm dating a woman and she has a kid, and I start helping her raise that kid, and I teach this kid how to tie her shoes, or him how to tie his shoes, or ride a bike, or all these things that you do with children, right? And then their parent, their real dad or whatever, can show up and just, hey, save the day. So yeah, but it's not, there's no benefit from it, just your own self-satisfaction, of the whole idea of the greater good. But yeah, you think about the time and the money you took place and the attachment, all that's real, because the key, the child will love you, especially if you're around that child. I mean, unless they're getting fed not to from the other, parent. But if the other parent's not around, by default, you will have an attachment to the kid if you choose to. Sometimes you don't ask for this shit. And that happened to me before too. You don't ask for it, it's just there. Especially if you all live together, it's a totally different thing if you're just dating and you don't live in that household with that that child and that mom, you know, or those kids, right? But oh, yeah, you get your not my mommy stuff at some point, and they either bond after that or it's over. Yeah, you're right. BVO Boxing TV, hashtag JBT. Salute. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. No, seriously. You know, I think, you know, all in all, it's a risk. You just got to have a big heart, bro. And you have to understand, like, listen, you know, a kid has to be raised right. And if it's your portion and if you could help raise that child the best that you can while you're here, I think that's the best thing and best way to think of it. Because if you're thinking of it like, oh, she's going to love me, and no, she may not care for you after you leave the mom. It doesn't work that way. You know, and that sucks. And I've been through that too. You know, so who do you have winning? Vargas versus Mason? I have no idea. I'll be celebrating St. Andrew's Day on Saturday. Might have a Higgins roll for breakfast. Nice. Love is the answer every time. You damn straight, cue ball. So who you rooting for, Morel or Benavidez, and how do you see it? Perfect example. Listen, Eric Morel, that would be something. I mean, if he did, I mean, he's Cuban. That makes no difference to me. I don't think he'll beat David Benavidez. Why? Because he's Cuban? Oh, hell no. He looked like trash his last fight. But he's big. Does he have a puncher's chance? He does have that, you know, and I think the only way he beats David, he knocks him spark out. I don't think he'll beat him on points. David Benavidez, when he gets through throwing those machine gun combinations to his face and body, he's going to think twice. And it ain't going to be nice. Bars, okay? Benavidez walks him down. He's going to chop him, bro. He's going to chop him into shreds. His face going to look like it's a cheese grater, you know? So, no. But yeah, man, it's been a good day. They both look like trash. His last fight. I'm very proud Mexican and Benavidez fans, but I got Morel 60-40. Okay. Okay. That is absolutely fine by me. That is your decision. So, it is what it is. Is Trying and Jake Paul really getting sued over that fight? Cue ball. I think they all should. Honestly. I think they all should. How cold is it there? And do you drink at all these days now? Nah, man, I've pretty much cut that out. I mean, because it's like, here's the thing, like, if you go a long time without drinking, you don't need to drink. But then if you do drink, it kind of feels like, damn, you kind of, you know, don't get me wrong. I mean, what happens like when you start drinking and it gets good, you know? And that's my thing. Like, hey, man, you want to hang out again? You know? No, seriously, man, I just, okay, wait. There we go. I'm going to take you guys through the hills, dude. This is my early birthday or Christmas present to you. We're going to go through the hills and through the mountains. How about that? Let's go. Where are you, Kurt? I am in the hills and the mountains of Lake Travis in Central Texas. I thought that it was flat land there. No, sir, it's not. I'm going to show you, too. You're talking about West Texas, not Central Texas. Central Texas has mountains, and, you know, and you'll see the hills. It's real hilly. Well, a lot of Californians move here because it reminds them of back home. That Saudi prince should make a legend season for those retired fighters instead of YouTubers poaching them. Danny Jones, you're right. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Kurt, are you gonna watch Ryan's fight, that kickboxer? I don't know. If I miss it, I won't be mad. You know, because it's an exhibition, so, you know, what do you do? One point, did you consider yourself an alcoholic? Right now, sadly, maybe I'm at that point. Right now, I'm going to the store and buy myself some beer. I don't know. I mean, I think, see, I'm from Louisiana, we drink anyway. But I think if you get to the point where you just need to give it up, maybe you should, and maybe you do. But then some people are just, dude, some people people drink more than others. And I think it's really much up to what it makes and how it gets you in the mindset of what happens. I just know I'm getting older, and I'm just tired of feeling like shit every time you drink, you know? Since you're from Louisiana, do I recommend Mardi Gras? I would go to the one in Lafayette, not New Orleans. New Orleans is buck wild. New Orleans is absolute buck wild. Booze is messy, and it hurts, and that's everything goes well. It's a hassle. Have you ever been to Holly Grove? Shout out to Birdman and Juvenile. No, but I've been to the Magnolia Projects. Matter of fact, I used to stay on a street called Della Chase, which is right around the corner from the Magnolia Projects. So, did I go to the Magnolia Projects? I don't think so. And if I did, I just don't remember why I went there, you know? CJ, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Who was that one right now that says something about that? Just like you, Kurt, I quit drinking at 40 because I got tired of the hangovers. Michael Strasser. Yeah, man, I mean, and here's the thing. Once you stop, it's like, okay, you know? Kurt, do you keep a shooter in your glove box? Bro, I keep a shooter all the time, and it ain't my damn glove box. That's too far away. You know? Glove, no, bro. You got to have your shooter on you. I know that sounds weird from, you know, I know you're in the UK and all, but bro, that shit's natural here. That shit is normal. I do believe in, yeah, the right to bear arms. And anybody else telling otherwise, no, I don't support. Okay, so. Kurt, if you're in Texas, I'd be hooked up, tooled up like a prepper. Oh, absolutely. Especially these days, it's crazy out there. Yep. Yeah, bro. All right, just reached Travis County, guys. So I'm gonna take you down some hills. I hope you can see the view from how I can see it, because it's a beautiful view, bro. I come out here and there when I'm in this area anyway, and check out the view, man. So it's 50 degrees here, which, bro, here it's really cold. Kurt, here we got to get ready to fend them off with whatever is lying around at that point. In time keeps you on your toes. Yeah, you're right. Agreed, got to keep your hater on you almost every day. Mr. All In, you're right. You're absolutely, positively right. I never jam. Yeah, revolver doesn't, but it's a good way to get shot. You know. What was the last live fight you went to cover? No, it was in DR actually. I hope the night keeps it a little bit more. Okay, so if you guys can see to your right, you can see, or right in front of you, these are the hills of Austin, okay? So we're in Austin, Texas, going down very steep hills, bro. So that's all the way down. My ears are popping, guys. They are popping. Yeah, you just got to know what you're doing, though. You got to know how to drive. You know, a lot of people can't handle these ears. I mean, these heels. Ears. Oh yeah, man. Look, Austin is really. See, we're constantly driving downward. See, between Austin, Lago Vista, Jonestown, these areas here, this is where you want to stay. You know. And I like Central Texas because it's like West Texas and East Texas that's smushed together. Still got trees and it's a little brushy, but you'll still see cactuses as well. So yeah, it's pretty cool, man. What an idiot. Now see, that's what you got to watch out for, because I guarantee you that's the downside of drinking, right? Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, the dude's he's retarded, bro. That's what you're dealing with, though, man. Holiday season. That's why, though. One of the reasons why I stopped drinking, and it's not because I'm a bad driver drinking. It has nothing to do with that. It's all the other idiots that can't handle the liquor drinking. You know. Yeah, but he had to run a light, though, you know, so it's a lot of that shit going around. But yeah, this is actually 1431. If you guys want to know what's on this particular road, 1431, bro, it's a lot of hills, businesses. You know, you're surrounded by the lake. You know, so the lake's, you know, a huge part of the skyline as well. You've got these stupid, huge $1 million homes out here by the lake. Lake Travis, Westwood, Westlake, should I say. So we're in Jonestown now. So this is another totally different town that I'm in. You guys can probably see those lights are kind of glary, but so it's crazy. Now we're going to go down to go up. So yeah, we're 3 miles from Lago Vista. Lago Vista is dope, bro. It's dope for so many reasons. Now, I don't know if Lake Travis is named after him. That's a good question. Yeah, that would be fun to ride a bike through here. Just not much of a biker, so. Yeah, these curves, they're iffy though. You got to slow down and make them. If you don't, you may end up on the side of them. You'll probably end up falling off of this bridge or these roads, and you don't want to do that. You're going down steep hills, mountains, ranges, things of that nature. Where did you go to the DR? I love it out there, the hospitality gets, and the girls. Everywhere. I went to Santo Domingo, went to Puerto Plata, went to Susua, Cabarete, Moca, Estancia, Bavarona. Man, I went all over the place, bro. I know that country very, very well, bro. Well enough, anyway. Yeah, me too. Yeah, this is Treviso, which is a pretty nice neighborhood. It's crazy, man. It's just like suburbs in the mountains. Baseball fanatics in the DR. So that's a little I'm gonna do it in the daytime, and I think it'll be a lot better in the day, simply because you'll be able to see more and do more and, you know, all that stuff. Definitely see more, right? But yeah, man, I just wanted to reach out to you guys on this Thanksgiving. I hope you guys have a blessed night. I hope you guys eat all the food that you can eat that celebrate Thanksgiving. I'm about to sign off, head in, and really go to bed, man. I'm really tired. But you guys, love you guys. Be blessed, be safe. And everybody in the trenches has been counterpunched. Peace!